Hello, Internet. I'm loving the running streams, especially with the nice weather. It's good to get out. I said this before, but I've heard it's really good to be able to talk while you run. And I'm probably not able to go quite as far, but that's okay. I think it's really challenging me to keep my support on my lungs and just get in there and do it. Plus, it's an epic time save to do the run and the live stream at the same time. Because we're all about efficiency. So I'm calling this one Rejection with an exclamation point. And the reason that's on my mind today is because I sent about 50 invites to the Safety Squad show September 22nd at Epiphany Center for the Arts. And some of the people I invited, I opened up our Instagram chat history, and the whole history of it was I had invited them to a show, a month or two ago, and they didn't reply. And then I invited them to this one. And I think something I'm realizing is the fear of rejection is pervasive in our society. And people often don't do what they want to do because of the fear of rejection, or the sting of a single rejection stops them. I called pianist singer Brian Eng last week to ask him how he books these shows that pay a lot of money, that tour, that get the band out in the world. And he said it's a really simple process. He said, I just send hundreds and hundreds of emails. And he said, for every 100 emails I send, I get about 5 replies, and 4 of them are usually no. And he said that he thinks the reason most people don't tour with bands and don't have success touring a project is because it's really disheartening. It's hard. Love your dog. It's hard to send all these emails and feel like nobody's seeing it, or you just get no's, or people don't care. But he was pointing out that the only way out is through. Oh my gosh, my keys are rattling in my pocket like crazy. It's kind of distracting. And I'm just seeing that his success in being able to take a band on the road relies in being able to stand in a space of rejection constantly. And I want to get 500 people to this show on September 22nd, and that's going to require me inviting hundreds of people. I've invited 90 people so far, which I want to invite 1,000. So I'm 9% of the way there, and I got basically 50 days left. And that's going to require me to reach out to people who, I'm anticipating most of the people I invite to not come, at least half anyways. And in order to get all these people in the room, I'm going to have to get in front of way more people, which is going to be people who say no. And I just want to share that on the other side of that, rejection resilience is a skill you can learn. I know people have seen my rejection therapy videos, and I've had people ask me about those, and being able to gracefully get rejected, not just in terms of dating, but in terms of anything, friendships or jobs, my phone not flipping back right side up, gracefully being able to take the rejection not as a attack on your character, but just as all a rejection means was it's not for them and for you at this time in this way, period. There's no, they said no and you're a bad person. They just said no. And it's honestly a good thing, because it means it's better than where most people sit, which is in an I don't know. And it's like, gosh, I want to ask that girl out, but I don't know if she'll say yes. And I'm too scared of asking her because she might say no. It's like, well, yeah, she might say no, but is that really that bad? I think it's especially funny to think about. I've done this. I know other people do this. They will have a crush on somebody and not even talk to them, but like be like, I can't ask them out. What if they say no? And then it's awkward. It's like, well, would that be really any different than how you don't talk to them now? And yeah, the only way to get what you want in life is to stand in the space of the possibility of rejection. If you never if you never create the space where you could or would get rejected, you're never gonna get what you want, really. And yeah, so I sent over 50 invites today, and I just had to get comfortable. Every day when I decide to send out invites, I have to get comfortable with the idea that not everybody's going to say yes. In fact, some people might even be annoyed. Some people might just ignore it. What I have found is most people are at the very least appreciative of the invite. And then some people say, awesome, I'm putting it in my calendar right now, or I'm going to buy a ticket right now. And the opportunity for them to buy the ticket to come to the show wouldn't just manifest itself for no reason. It comes from me being bold enough to understand you might say no, and I want you to say yes. And here we are, and live in that tension. And yeah, you know, it's kind of a cliche at this point. The Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky's quote of, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And people kind of only know that as like an office reference now. We don't really think about what it means. And it's really true. It's true with anything you want in life, you're going to have to ask. And if you don't ask, you will certainly never get it. Whether it's a promotion at work or a gig at a venue or a price for your services, or a romantic partner or a friendship, you'd be amazed at what happens when you just ask. And kind of, there's another discussion. I was talking about this the other day and talking about this with my 90 days group of this concept of an optimistic person being a person who goes into situations with a sense of openness and curiosity. And if you approach, let's say, asking somebody out with a sense of, this girl, I believe this girl wants to talk to me. I believe women are looking for love just like men are. And if I approach her with that possibility, it's way more likely that she'll be the one that says yes to going on a date than if I go at it like, oh gosh, I'm a burden. I'm bothering her. Like, she's probably going to say no anyway, so what's the point? Same with inviting people to shows. It's like, if I approach the invite with the belief that my show I'm going to do is freaking cool, it's really good, really fun, people are transformed when they attend and participate, and I want to share that. I want to give that opportunity to people. Say, hey, I have an opportunity for you to be transformed by coming to see my band show. And when I approach it like that, I think people can sense that on like a really micro level. Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to share today. So I'll leave you with this question, and if you're inspired to drop a comment even after the stream is done, I'd love to hear from you. Where's an area in your life where it doesn't look like what you want it to look like? This could be health, could be finances, it could be, your job, your relationships, your family or your friends or romantic. Could be all sorts of things. Where's an area where your life doesn't look like it looks like, and what's a way you could step into the possibility of rejection that could transform that area of your life? For me, an area of my life that I wish was different is I wish I was in a romantic, loving relationship. I wish I was dating somebody with the prospect of marrying them, of spending the rest of my life with them. And so I know I could wallow and say life's not fair and I'm not getting what I want in dating because it's rigged and Andrew Tate is right. I don't think he's right, by the way. But, or I could say, okay, well, how many ladies have I asked out? How many times have I gone to a situation where there are ladies to ask out? Have I been bold enough to reach out to my friends to say, hey, do you have people in your network who you think would be good for me? Am I willing to get that rejection? And I think the more willing I am to step into spaces of rejection, the more my course is my life is put on the course I want it to be put on. All right, gang. I think that's going to wrap it up for me today. September 22nd, we're at Epiphany Center for the Arts. I am 9% of the way there on the invites I want to send, so I got to get crack-a-lacking. I got to meet people. I got to go make up songs for people in the park. Got a lot to do. So awesome. I will talk to you guys soon.